Okay. Um, as you know, we already completed about this computer hardware.
I'm hearing you too good, sir.
Uh-huh.
I
You
hear
are
you too good. Sounding muffled.
any problem?
Your voice sounding kind of muffled.
Now it's clear or not?
Oh, yeah, now it's clear. Now it's clear. Now it's clear.
Okay. So we already completed this computer hardware thing.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, in hardware, we discussed about CPU and memory. Okay.
Yes, sir.
In the memory, we discussed about primary, and we divide it into random access memory and read-only memory. Again, this RAM is divided into SRAM, that
It's
is
already
static
here.
RAM and dynamic RAM. Okay,
Yes, sir.
and this ROM is again divided into already EROM, EPROM, EPROM, and flash. Already solved the quizzes. All the quizzes
Yes.
up to this point. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this is the part one of the syllabus. Okay,
Yes, sir.
now we move from the computer hardware thing to the software thing. Okay, and then after completing this software is divided into two types. One is system software and application software. So today we just give you the overview of software, overview of software. Okay, and then in
Yes,
tomorrow's
yes, sir.
session we discuss in depth about the system software, different types of application software, etc. Okay. So what the first question is, what is computer software? What is software? Hmm. So just see the definition. This is a well-defined set of
Instructions.
instructions, and this thing, this well-defined set of instructions, okay, this thing is also known as programs. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so if anybody asks what is programs, the answer is well-defined set of instructions.
Instructions.
Okay? So computer software is a collection of programs that tells the computer how to perform a specific task. Just I'm just giving you an example. When you inside your browser in the top URL, you type the websites of IGCIT. What is open? What is once you just type the any websites IGCIT or Facebook, what happens? And you just press enter key. Then what happens? This, you get a page. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Do you tell
Yes.
how to display this page? You just type a URL or address of the particular website. Yes or no? But you get a what you
Ye-
get? You get a page.
Yes.
Yes, but you never
Page
instruct
of a page.
how you get the page. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So how this thing happens? You have it and a program or a software that is browser. It may be a Chrome or anything any other software. This particular software already know that if a user enters a URL, I have to fetch the content from this URL and display inside a window. Similarly, if you have a movie and you just double click on that particular movie, it is a particular layer start displaying it. You never tell how to display that or run that particular movie, but it's just by clicking a particular software opens and it start displaying the things. Okay, but how it display? It's already written by someone in the form of a well-defined set of instructions or programs so that it's know how to handle a particular thing. Any problem up to this point? Is it clear? Mark, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, it's clear.
Okay, so computer software is a collection of programs that tells the computer how to perform a specific task. So to perform a for every specific task, you should have a particular program. If you don't have a particular program to perform that task, you can't perform that particular task. Please remember this thing. If you don't have any browser, you can't open a particular website. To open a particular website, you need a particular browser. Let me move to the next slide. Okay, so these computer softwares are divided into the two main branches. One is system software, another one is application software. This part is easy for end user like us because we in our daily to daily life we are using these application software. Some examples are document production softwares like your Word or PowerPoint. Okay, some spreadsheet sheet software like your Excel. Here you already have access or any other database, any other DBMS software. Some graphics software like what? An example of graphics software like your Google Photo, you already using, or Paint, Photoshop. Okay. So we already using these things, these softwares in day-to-day life, and we already know these things. But we don't never know that how these particular programs actually perform the task. We are just utilizing the functionality provided by these softwares. So as a normal user, we are always interacting with application software. But besides these application software, there are another part of the software, that is the system software. Okay, and this system software is the core of.
Yes, sir.
After your hardware, this system software is the first layer. Sorry, this system software, this is your first layer. On the above of these system software, your application software first. Okay, so what are these system softwares? These are operating system like your Windows 10 or any Linux software or macOS. Okay, so these are operating system. Then you need some device driver. Okay, to run a particular thing, like if you buy external hard disk, you get a particular driver with that hard disk. Okay, and then some utility software like what? Your task manager or terminal, command prompt. These are some utility software. Okay, so
sir, isn't Windows Defender utility software too, or?
yes, Defender is again a utility software. Okay, Any question up to this point?
No, sir. Straightforward.
Okay. So here at this layer, you have your CPU, okay, your memory, all your I/O devices like your display or keyboard, input device. Okay, these things are comes under the category of your hardware. Above this hardware is your operating system. Okay, like your Windows 10. Okay, and you also require some drivers, uh, like your network drivers. If you are installing different type of Wi-Fi devices, require some driver for these devices. Okay, so you need some drivers, and these application software runs on top of these two things. Okay, so your application software never interact directly with computer hardware. It interacts with your operating system, utilize the functionality provided by the operating system, and give the functionality some functionality to the user. Okay, so please remember here this thing. These hardware provides some functionality to operating system. Okay, yes or no? Because inside the memory,
Yes, sir.
inside the memory you can store something. The CPU can execute something. Your display can display something. By using keyboard, you can input something. Okay, so these different devices
Yes.
provided some functionality to the operating system. But suppose where the difference lies, you are utilizing a display of a different company. Suppose company number one. Okay, I am using a display of another company, suppose C2. Someone else utilizing a display of company number 3, C3. There are a lot of different companies that vendors are vending the display. Similarly, there are a lot of companies that manufactures the keyboard, different I/O devices, CPUs or memory devices. So there are a lot of different types of manufacturers that manufacture these devices. What operating system do? It takes these functionality and provide a common way to application software to perform particular task. Okay, so Mark, just take an example. Uh, when inside your PowerPoint slide, if you draw a particular figure, do you ever care which type of keyboard you are using or which type of display it is?
No.
No, you just draw a particular figure or particular object inside your PPT, and that's it. You never bother
Yeah.
what is your hardware, but you bother about your operating system. If operating system is different, maybe something is different, maybe some little bit different. Okay, so this layer structure provide a
Yes, sir.
lot of flexibility. So operating system takes a service from your hardware and provides some service to the application software, and application software takes services from the operating system and provide a lot of functionality to the end users. Okay, so these these blue marks, this part, this part, this part, and this part, these three things are known as system software. Okay, there are a lot of utility software like task manager, cleaner, file cleaner, uh, okay, terminal, your terminal. So you have disk management systems, a lot of different utility software provided by your operating system, and a lot of utility software you can also install third party by these things are provided by third party vendor also. Then you have the application software. These as the normal end user, we are just utilizing application software. Okay. So if somebody asks you, if you bought a new fresh computer or laptop without any operating system, can you install an application software?
No, you gotta get the operating system.
Yes. Without operating system, you can't install an application software. Because why? Because your application software doesn't know anything about the computer hardware. It's just utilizing the services provided by your operating system. And if the operating system is just like a middleman that takes something from the hardware and provides something to the software, application software. If operating system is not there, your application software can't interact with your computer hardware. So it's just like a middleman. Your OS is just like a middleman, or any system software is just like a middleman that takes some services from the hardware and provided some services to the user. What I'm saying here user because we are just utilizing the application software in that sense. So if operating system is not there, you can't run your application software. Please remember this thing. Therefore, if you bought a new system, the first task is to install an operating system. And after installing the operating system, then you can install any number of application software. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So what is the system software? Provides platform for other programs, okay, like application programs.
Yes.
We already know these things. So your system software provide a platform for other application programs, and these softwares are dedicated to managing the computer itself. Please remember this part. System software is always dedicated to the manage the computer itself. It's not solve your problem. This is the clear-cut definition given by me. I'm not finding so many books that point this thing, but please remember this: system software does not solve the user's problem. Okay, it just provide an environment
Yes,
to
sir.
run the application software, but it's not going to solve the user's problem. What is application software? Application software provides platform to the users. Okay, not platform to the other programs. You see here, it provides platform for other programs and it provides platform for users. Okay. Application software helps the user to carry out variety of tasks. Okay. So application software solves users problem. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please remember this. So if you have to categorize it, this particular software is application software or system software, just ask this question: which type of problem is solved by this particular application software? Like a PowerPoint presentation. This PowerPoint presentation is my problem or your problem or it's computer problem. It's our problem. So PowerPoint is a application software. Your operating system is solving your problem.
No, it's the computer problem itself.
Yeah, operating system is not solving any your problem. It's just providing an environment in which other application software can run. So this is the system software. Okay. So anything that is not solving your problem is not a application software. It's just coming inside
Application
the system
software.
Just remember this thing. Anything, any software, if it is not solving your problem is the user's problem. It comes in the category of the system software. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you have your hardware. Okay. System programmers that utilizing these hardwares Okay, write system software. Okay, so if you are a system programmer, you are creating the system software, you must have the knowledge of hardware. Okay,
Yes, sir.
these application programmers, those who create these application programs, they must have the knowledge of system software to create the application program. Okay,
Mm.
as an end user, you must have knowledge of how to use the application program. Yes or no? If you don't know how to
Yes, sir.
create a PowerPoint presentation, you can't create a PowerPoint presentation. So you must, as a user, you must know how to create a PowerPoint presentation. So you must know how to utilize a particular application program. But please remember, do you know how to write a program? So to write any particular program to solve a problem? No. Do you know? Okay. As a user, you don't require a hardware knowledge. You don't require a system to
System
means
programming.
you okay. It is not required that you become a first a system programmer, then you can solve a particular problem. You don't have to, it's not required for you to have the knowledge of system software. Neither you have to have an application programmer to solve a particular particular problem. Okay. So as an end user, you just have to knowledge of a particular application program. So this feature is known as abstraction. Maybe you know this thing. Do you know this abstraction thing?
Abstraction?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what abstraction.
You don't know? I'm just leaving you. Yeah. Good. So let me take an example. Do you Mark, do you have any car? Do you have car?
No, I do not have a car.
Okay, maybe.
No.
Can you drive the car?
If I can.
Can you drive a car? Okay, leave that. You have a
Yeah,
mobile
I could
phone?
drive a car.
Okay, leave that. You have a mobile phone?
Yes.
In your mobile phone, you just dial a number, something, 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 and press a call button, and
Mm-hmm.
it just calling to, and another person pick the phone, okay, and you start talking with that particular person. Yes or no?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Can you know? Can you tell me how this call connected from this point to this point?
Through a network.
No, how this network operates? You,
Um,
you don't.
through signals.
Yeah, but can you describe me what are the different parts where this signal moved first from your particular cell phone to particular tower to particular tower to particular tower in particular country to this particular specific person? You don't know. We don't
Oh
know
well.
how this
No, I can't.
particular feature works. When you press the call button, what happens in your inside your phone? You don't know. You don't know a lot of things. You just know how to dial these 8 or 9 numbers and press the call button. That's it. How it is possible. And this is your abstraction. Your mobile phones, this particular thing provide you an abstraction. I give you another example. Let me out of this presentation. Already I think finished the presentation. I'm just giving you an example. Uh, this is my browser, and I'm just opening a DTP page. Google. What happens is that important. Can you tell me?
Pardon?
I'm just clicking a particular website. I'm just try to open a particular website. What is happening is at this point of the time. Can you tell me?
I'm hearing them necessarily breaking up at the part.
Okay. I am saying that I just write a particular URL here. This URL is visible.
Oh.
I'm just putting this URL here. What is happening backend? Can you tell me? As a normal user, we never take care. We are just the end user writing a particular website inside my browser, and it's just displaying my news, just the BBC news. Okay, I'm just telling you what is happening inside the backend. Bear with me. Okay. Okay. Next. Okay. See, these are the different things happening behind the scene. Okay. Okay. I'm just here the thing, and I'm just refreshing the things. And just see how many requests are going. See, these are the different things are coming from the downloading my browser from the internet. But as a normal user, we never care of these things. There are, I think, 125 request sends, 104 KB of data transfer. These things, okay. So this much things happening behind the scene, but we never care of these things. How this is possible? Because my browser, this Chrome browser, handles these things behind the scene. This is the power of abstraction. Okay. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So this is the power of abstraction. A small demo. Hope I am clear now. So I am telling this thing. These particular parts provide the abstraction here. These system programmer once create okay. These hardware vendors are different. Then the system programmer create once the system software is available. As application programmer, you don't need to know about these things, these hardware parts. You just write your own application program. And as an end user, we never care of these things, how this particular program is running. We are just utilizing the functionality provided by this application program. So the conclusion of the whole talk is this. Layer below provides some service to the layer at top. What is the lowest level? What is the lowest layer? That is your hardware. Hardware provided some services to the system software, and these services are used by system programmer. These system software provided some services to application programmer. These services are utilized by application programmer, and the application program provides some services to the end user. Okay, and end user is utilizing the services provided by the application program. But at no point of the time, end user required to know about this system software or hardware of things. Okay, so this is the meaning of abstraction here. Okay.
All right, sir.
Okay, so I'm going to stop today at this point. On Monday, we start with the in-depth study of what are the different types of system software and application software. Okay.
All right, sir. No problem.
Okay.